Before we look at the final two Golden Apple winners, let's go inside the classrooms of all the honorees recognized this year.
Now, each class prepared a unique way of introducing the Golden Apple recipients, Teachers of Distinction, and the Collier County Teachers of the Year.
Hey, guess what? What? Did you know Miss Alger's middle name is Science? No way! Yes way! Zoomies! Fruits! Vegetables! Herbs! Introduce Miss Alger and her future symbologists!
We're proud to introduce our awesome teacher, Mr. Anderson.
Go Titans! Did you hear about that reality show director, #show?
She's all people ever talk about.
She even had her name in front of the school.
It's just crazy to have a reality show. I mean, yeah. No, it's just reality.
Holy Miss Barrel.
School is cool! And so are our teachers! I'd like to introduce my teacher, Mrs. Cornell. I would like to introduce my teacher, Miss Block. Oh, yeah! Welcome to STEM Sleuths, where we will investigate and explore science, technology, engineering, and math. This is Mr. Barduis from Poinciana Elementary. Responsible! Resourceful! Respectful! L-T! Be the best that we can be! This is our core teacher, Miss Boswell.
When you're with Miss Krause, it's always a great day. She teaches new things in all different ways.
She's fun, she's low, she's sick like a bounce. It's always a great day when you have Miss Krause.
Except for small middle, every day is a great day to be safe cat when you have Miss Krause. Roar!
Miss Bush just helps us read and write. We shine like neon lights.
When you need a solve, while at home or at school, who you gonna call? Math Mama! We ain't afraid of no math. Thanks to our awesome teacher, Miss Loyal!
We would like to introduce
Miss Celeste Duplass, who helps us to be
Good thinkers!
who helps us to become
Good people! Who inspires us to make a difference!
and
That's what I like about you! That's what I like about you! That's what I like about you!
But soft, what light from yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Jute and Mrs. Garbo is the sun. Arise, fair sun, that thou may teach us more about Shakespeare and light our path to a higher learning.
Behold, our teacher, Mrs. Garbo.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you Lieutenant Colonel Paul Guerra.
Motivated, motivated, downright dedicated. You check us out, you check us out. Go Colonel!
Introducing Miss Gilcher.
AKA the Gilch.
she's creative.
She's awesome.
She makes me read.
She's funny.
Yo, where's the Gilch? Is that little John?
Who am I?
Super teacher!
Who are you?
Super kids! Who is the leader of the class to teacher meeting? MRS, MCP, H and double E. Hey there, hi there, ho there. Our teacher Miss McPhee. MRS, MCP, H and double E. Miss McPhee, she's the best. Miss McPhee, she's the best. Introducing the man who can count to infinity, not once, but twice. The man who can win a game of Connect Four in 3 moves. The man who can touch MC Hammer, Mr. Merrill.
Welcome to Immokalee Technical Center and the Heavy Equipment Mechanics program. I would like to introduce Mr. Moore, our outstanding Teacher of the Year. He is preparing us for a great career repairing diesel engines and big machines. With what he is teaching us now will prepare me to be a very successful man in the world.
All anything is more.
teacher, Mrs. Nyman.
Our teacher is Miss Pelletier, and we're here to say, Miss Pelletier is the greatest teacher in every way, every way. We love to learn, we think it's play. She makes new jokes along the way. So show our pride and sing her praise, and cheer and shout hooray, hooray.
Welcome to Mr. Rimner's class where physics comes to life.
And it's a roller coaster of fun.
We would like to introduce our wonder-filled teacher, Mrs. Roche.
This is our wonderful math teacher, Miss Scott.
Welcome to Mr. Shore's class with soda is not used for drinking. It is used for
Math. Debates.
60 million adults are obese. 20% of our population.
Science. Interesting. Wow.
Educational.
We are proud to introduce our wonderful teacher, Mr. Staros.
Okay, class, let's see the equation we were working on. Loves teaching plus loves math equals X. Let's see what you submitted. Presenting our teacher, Mrs. Shapansky.
Introducing our top Trojan, Miss Williams.
Order in the classroom, order in the classroom. All rise for the teacher that needs no introduction, the skillful and straightforward Miss Lisa Wills.
Welcome to Mrs. Bosker's Busy Bee kindergartner class.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
Give me an F. Give me a U. Give me an N. What does that spell? Fun! Introducing our fun teacher, Mr. Winkle.
There's simply no debating that Ryan Shore's best practices deliver fantastic results. His students are motivated, inspired, and passionate about their class debates and about this Pelican Marsh Elementary teacher. Next, we make a stop at Pelican Marsh Elementary School, where you'll meet Ryan Shore, teacher of students in a gifted cluster, who enables and motivates his class with healthy debate. Ryan knows that gifted children face the same challenges as any other. Why he's a standout educator is because of how he's keeping students focused and getting great results by debating. Utilizing the flipped classroom model via a Class Edmodo page, it's like a Facebook for the classroom. For homework, students read articles, write responses, and debate online, and they love it.
So, two things. As you're reading that article, I want you to think about those two things. How much does it cost to build these spaceships? And how long does it take to build these spaceships? See if you can find those answers in that article. I do think at least one of those answers is going to be in there.
I think every teacher has one of those. For me, it's Mrs. Buttonbaum, my 6th grade teacher. And to this day, I remember activities that we did. And that's what was so important about her class and really me getting into education, was that she made learning fun every day. I always wanted to be in class, and that wasn't true for a lot of my academic career beyond that. But in 6th grade, I remember learning the Greek alphabet. I still know it. I remember mummifying a chicken. I still remember that. And just with some of the different cultures we studied, and the way she made learning so enjoyable, so fun, so engaging, and made sure that we always learned what we needed to know in addition to having fun. I've kind of based my whole teaching philosophy off of what I learned in that 6th grade classroom. I make sure that every lesson I do has some sort of flair in it that's going to keep the kids interested, keep the kids engaged, but it's still reaching the standards that we need to reach.
Mr. Shore's class is so much fun because he makes you laugh all the time, and when you have to do something, he makes you want to do it. When we do debates, it's like way more fun because the other teachers, they just have to write down the facts. They don't get to debate about it.
The debates have been an amazing way for kids to build confidence, build reading skills, practice problem solving, to look for text evidence, which is super important in today's reading curriculum. But the debates really came from some gifted endorsement classes that I took, and I was always hearing we should be doing debates, we should be doing Socratic seminars, but there was really nothing out there for debates. There's at the middle school level, at the high school level, there's debate clubs, there's debate teams, and so I've kind of built my own process appropriate to the elementary level, where the kids are building background knowledge, where they're reading, where they're researching, where they're collaborating and sharing their ideas, so that in the end they have these wonderful, well thought out, articulate responses. And I think that's what's been the most rewarding, and the student, as far as student outcomes go, the kids are coming up with these brilliant responses. And you think a debate's going to go one way, and then it takes a 90-degree turn, and all of a sudden you have this kid who doesn't say 3 words all year stand up in front of the class and present their speech or present their thinking or their findings, and it just blows everybody away.
When I knew Mr. Shore, he was, I think, kind of highly regarded as a math teacher, but my daughter had him for writing, and as a professional writer, I'm probably going to be most critical of any writing teacher. I mean, he was constantly encouraging them to persevere intellectually, and they felt more confident talking about their ideas and expressing their opinions. I remember getting home an email. I'm sending home some very hard math problems, and they are not going to be able to solve these right away, but I want them to struggle, and I want them to get this experience of them struggling intellectually and solving the problems and working through it and persevering. Our kids today, they're going to have to solve very difficult, complex problems in the future, and so just the experience of them learning to struggle is going to stick with them for their life.
I'm trying to do my very best to instill not just the skills that they need to be successful in life, but also the love of learning and the curiosity and the excitement about being a student and learning new things. Because if they have that, then they can literally go anywhere. There is no limit to what they can and can't do. And I want them to know also that it's not intelligence that's going to get you there necessarily. It's a drive, it's a will to work, it's perseverance, and those are all traits that I try to instill in my students daily as well, trying to inspire that drive and that curiosity.
I think he deserves the Golden Apple because I wish that I could clone him through every grade. I mean, he's so engaging with the kids. You can tell that he has a very bright intellect and he just conveys his own love of learning to the kids.
Well, no one is arguing that this teacher has certainly found a winning formula for success with his students by combining technology and debates. The real-world relevant topics of the debates are engaging and leave a lasting impact on his students, creating a thirst for knowledge and equipping them with the tools to confidently communicate in any situation, paving their roads to success in the future.
Since I've won the Golden Apple, actually, I've had several parents kind of sending emails and reflecting on some of the things that they particularly enjoyed what their student did in the class. When you give kids all these opportunities to express their talents in different ways, and when you give them opportunities to try new things, then you never know. I mean, that might be what sticks with them for the rest of their life. You hope that what you say, something of what you said sticks, and you hope that you've motivated kids to be better people and be lifelong learners.
Our final Golden Apple teacher has a great way of making her students shine. Jacqueline Williams, an exceptional education teacher at Lely High School, brings the real world into practice in her classroom, on campus, and out in the community. At Lely High School, we find an exceptional education teacher who is quite exceptional herself, Jacqueline Williams. Jacqueline teaches life skills to incredible students with a variety of intellectual disabilities. Most of her teaching is done out in the community. Her hands-on focus on real-life experience is critical to help prepare her students as they transition from school to the real world and ultimately to independence.
Or do I have to subtract dollars from dollars? Dollars from dollars. So what would be the best way to figure out how much if I wanted one of something and it costs $5 for two? Do I want more of it or less of it? I want less, so I would probably divide. Well, actually, I didn't just become a teacher. I believe I was born to teach. Some things like LeBron James is good at basketball. I'm good at teaching. That's what I do. So I look at my students and I remember being there because school was hard for me. My brother and my sister, they got it. I had to study extra hard, just for that B. So when my kids are saying to me, Miss, I don't understand, I get that. So I try to find inventive ways to help them to understand that it's okay. We'll get there. It may take us a little longer, but eventually we will get there.
I enjoy being in her class a lot. Plus, I love seeing her every day, every morning. And I just have fun in the class a lot. And it's just really fun. We go to the garden on Thursdays, we cook on Fridays, plus work on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays. It's a little boring for work, but it's experiences to help me and others to learn how to work.
When we come inside here, she's been teaching us a bunch of stuff, and we can be ourselves, and then we fit in with each other, and we have more confidence with each other. And with her, when we have problems stuff, we can trust her. To us, we see her like our second mom.
Jacqueline emphasizes practices in her class that prepare her students for the real world, changing their lives forever. She also shares her unique teaching style and resources with other teachers throughout the district.
Ms. Williams makes this a great class. She's impacted my daughter's life in so many ways. My daughter's self-esteem is back. She comes home every day, she's laughing, she's smiling, and she's telling me about all the amazing things that she's had a chance to do at school. She makes her feel like an important member of the classroom community as well as the school community. My daughter's trying new things. Because of her, my daughter is now working 3 days a week at Publix. She volunteers at the Botanical Gardens. She collects donations for local charities. She's a registered voter now. and she is just becoming an active member of the community, which is what we want for all our children, and it wouldn't be possible without Miss Williams.
Everything is tied back to the real world in here. Even when we go to the botanical gardens, we're looking at road signs. Okay, what does this sign mean? What does this sign mean? Or we're talking about something that we studied in the classroom. Do you guys remember when we talked about this? Oh yes, miss. Okay, this is where it comes from. When we're in the garden, we're looking at the different plants and things. We're constantly, okay, do you guys remember what this plant was for? Do you remember what this plant was for? So everything we do is tied back into our community.
One-on-one work with me, help me with things I'm like in trouble on, struggling with things. And of course, put me in the front of the class like other teachers don't. They don't have the, I'm not being rude or anything, but they don't put me in the front like that my high key goes in. They're different than Miss Williams.
What any mother would want for their children. You know, you want them to be successful. You want them to always do their personal best. You want them to be happy. And I just want them to be confident in whatever they do, to know that they can always come home. They can always call me. They can always come back here. And, you know, I just want them to be successful in whatever they choose to do and to know that I'm here for them no matter what. Gigi, when she first came to Laylee, she was afraid to walk from the front door just straight back to my room. They wanted me to send someone up to escort her every morning. So I told her, say, we're in high school now. For 1 week, I will have somebody walk you from here to here. And she's like, okay. I said, because I know you can do it. So we did that for 1 week, and the next Monday, Dad wanted to walk with him. I'm like, no, she has to do this on her own. I'm like, it's just one straight line. She can do this. So she did that, and she was very confident in doing it. Now Gigi goes all around the high school by herself. She's not afraid anymore, you know. And at one time, we couldn't get her to go anywhere without somebody with her. So now she does it on her own.
Jacqueline integrates academic lessons with life skills to students with disabilities to reach beyond scholastic goals, to equip, prepare, and inspire students to strive for the possibilities that await them and for a remarkable life. She prepares her students with real-world experience and education that will benefit them and their families for years to come.
Could not think of anything else I would rather do. I can definitely say that I never, ever come to work. Never come to work.
Thank you for watching the Education Foundation Champions for Learning 2014 Golden Apple Awards and for recognizing the best practices of these teachers.
You can start now to nominate a teacher for next year. Just head over to championsforlearning.org/thank-a-teacher. And while you're there, you can donate to help the foundation continue investing in the community or text APPLE to 40691. Thank you for being a champion for learning.